الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله الصادق الوعد الأمين أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى إن الساعة لآتية لا ريب فيها ولكن أكثر الناس لا يؤمنون. وقال أعرابي للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا رسول الله متى الساعة؟ فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ماذا أعددت لها؟ أو كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Respected most honorable listeners, beloved brothers, the verse of the Quran that I have recited, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَصَدَقَ اللَّهُ, and Allah has spoken the truth. إِنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَآتِيَةٌ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا. Indeed, the hour is most definitely approaching. If we analyze this verse in the Arabic language, the word inna comes for emphasis. Inna sa'ata la'atiyatun. La, the word la that is attached to the word that comes for emphasis. Then Allah says, la rayba fiha. There is no doubt in the fact that Qiyamah is coming. And you and I, all the believers, on our tongues, we surely believe that Qiyamah is coming. We believe in Qiyamah. If we reject Qiyamah, we wouldn't have been here for Jumuah Salah. We would have been out of the fold of Islam. Belief in Qiyamah is an integral part of our Iman and our faith. So indeed Qiyamah is approaching. La rayba fiha. There is no doubt in this. But Allah says, وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Majority of the people do not have Iman. They do not believe in this. So majority of the people that are being referred to are the disbelievers. Those who believe that there is no qiyamah, there is no accountability, there is no hisab. But it is time for us to introspect that yes, on our tongues we say and in our hearts we believe that qiyamah is approaching. There is something like qiyamah. But what have we prepared for that? If we look at, and I am no one to judge, Allah is the judge. We cannot judge each other, but we can judge ourselves. It is time that we introspect and we look into our hearts and ask ourselves that when I believe that Qiyamah is most definitely coming, then this is a reality. When I believe that I will be standing before Allah on Hashr and the sun will be suspended merely a few miles above my head, then this is a reality. Why is it that we notice when the ulama are speaking about Jannah and Jahannam, then perhaps we may not find it on the tongues of people, but the impression you get out there that if we could tell the alim and we could tell the scholar, we would have told him that please talk about something that is reality, that is far-fetched. That is the impression we get. That is the impression. We as Muslims, I am talking about the congregation, that when we talk about Qiyamah, when we talk about the realities of Jannah, when we talk about the realities of Jahannam, the impression you get is that even us who are people of Iman, who are sitting, we believe that that is something far-fetched. Talk about what is happening now. That is reality. What is happening now, it will come to an end. And no matter how good or how bad it was, it will come to an end and there will be an absolute. It will turn into zero. But the reality is that which is going to come after our eyes close from this world. Now, everyone of us here, what we are witnessing happening in the world right now for the past few years, and what people are predicting, what people are talking about the future. You don't need a scholar to explain. The scholar doesn't need to have further confirmation. We all know. We all can see it with our naked eye that this that is happening, what is unfolding in front of our eyes, We say it all the time. We say these are the signs of the hour, these are the signs of Qiyamah. But is it sufficient to say it with the tongue? There are so many fitnas, as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has foretold in so many ahadith. In one hadith, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that prior to Qiyamah, the fitnas and the challenges will start falling off or will start unfolding, like how if you have a bracelet that is beaded or that is strung on a piece of thread. So you have your beads that are like what we would call a tasbih. A tasbih, not the electronic counter tasbih, the old traditional tasbih. If that thread has to snap and we hold the thread from the top, what will happen to the beads? They will start falling one after the other, non-stop, perpetually and continuously. This is how Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that the signs of Qiyamah will start unfolding. And this is precisely what we are seeing today. We are seeing it in front of our eyes. And I will make mention of some of the fitnas as we go along. This is one hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In one hadith, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that hasten towards righteous deeds and prepare for that day, because the fitnas that will come soon, that is the fitnas before Qiyamah, will be such that they will become so challenging that a person will be in the state of Iman in the morning when he wakes up. But by the evening he will be out of Iman and Islam. He won't even realize. That is how easy it will become to leave Islam, not because it is easy to lose your Iman in Islam, but because of the magnitude of the fitnas. The fitnas will be one example. We are faced with this great scourge. At one time we were talking about drugs. We used to talk about how drugs have destroyed our communities and infiltrated our youth and our homes. And today, unfortunately, drugs has become something as normal as smoking a cigarette. May Allah protect us and may Allah save us. If you compare it, yes, it is still a great fitna. But if you compare it to the other fitnas that have come, that is why we say every day, every moment there is a new fitna that is being unleashed. And when you look at that, you feel that the previous one was nothing. Each one is worse and more challenging than the previous one. So we had this great scourge, and we were speaking about, and we still need to continue speaking about drugs and the fitna and the challenge of drugs. Now we have this great scourge of what we call, and perhaps all of us may have heard about, the alphabet, the letters, the people of the letters, LGBTQ+. They're adding on all the time, more and more and more. Now, you will find this fitna has infiltrated within our societies. Perhaps till now we may not have heard much about it because people were shy. If someone had the sickness in them where they were homosexual, inclined towards the same gender or inclined towards anything else, or today anything is possible. That is why you get LGBTQ+. That plus means it's open to anything and everything. You can add on as much as you want. You are at liberty to do as you want. Nevertheless, so this fitna, perhaps people were shy, people did not expose their identity, but because of how these organizations are lobbying governments, where they are not only seeking acceptance within communities, they do not want you to just accept them to be of that orientation that they are, but they are forcing you. They want you, so the whole issue of freedom of speech and freedom of thought and freedom of ideology is gone. They want this whole filthy fitna and agenda to be accepted and become a norm within society to this extent, that if tomorrow a man comes and he says that I am a lady, I am a woman, Allah protect us and save us, and it is happening. We've seen it perhaps, we've seen video clips, we've seen audios, we've read about it. It is happening. A woman born biologically a woman, she comes and she says, I am a man, I want you to identify me. Or I am non-binary, I am nothing, I'm not a man, I'm not a woman. Or a man comes and says, I am a female. So these fitnas, And let me ask you this question, my beloved brothers. That is why I'm trying to speak from my heart. Inni lakum nasihun ameen. It is not just another Jumu'ah lecture that we need to pass off and carry on with our lives. I want us to reach and to hit the bottom of our hearts and the recesses of our hearts. Let each one of you ask yourselves, those who are parents here, those who are parents, what happens? What happens if tomorrow, may Allah protect us and may Allah save us, your son walks into the house and your son's name is Muhammad, and your son says to you that, Daddy, you know what, I found the love of my life. Alhamdulillah, we should be very happy today if your son finds his own, the love of his life, and if it is a female. Make shukr and say Bismillah. But what if your son says that I found the love of my life and he is John, or he is Richard? Yes, we're laughing. We may be laughing, but this is going to hit home, wallahi, my beloved brothers. This reality is going to hit home. What if your daughter walks in and says, Mommy or Daddy, I am ready to get married. Oh, wow, very good. Who's the boy? Who's the lucky boy that you found? No, it's not a boy. It is Mary from my class at school. What will you do? What will you do? My Muslim community, my mutawallis of the masjid, my people who are in charge, tomorrow a woman walks in here and says that, no, I am a man. You have no right to reject me. This is a place for men to worship. I am a man. As much as I sound like a woman, as much as I dress like a woman, but I am a man. What are we going to do? This is the fitna we are facing. One of the fitnas that we are facing. This is reality. This is hitting home. And like I said, it may have been there for a while, but it was dormant. It was kept undercover. People were ashamed. Today, wallahi, our Muslims are going to come out openly. They will come out openly. And they will say that, where does the Quran says it is haram to be homosexual? They will not say it in the future. They are saying it and they said it. They are using the Quran, the very Quran that condemns this act of homosexuality, the very Quran and that very Allah who condemns it and refers it to be a amal of the people, كانت تعمل الخبائث, people who used to practice this filthy and despicable action of homosexuality. They are taking those very same verses of the Quran, and they are giving presentations, and they say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, at the beginning of their presentation. And then they quote all these ayat in which Allah is condemning this, and they are saying, no, they're taking it out of its context and saying, no, it is permissible. The Quran says it is permissible. Yeah, it is. So this is precisely what happens. Like I said, a man will be in the state of Iman in the morning. By the evening, he's out of Iman. He believes he's still a Muslim. He's still reading Salah. He's still fasting in the month of Ramadan. But he's rejected an ayah of the Quran. He has relinquished his Iman. Out. He's out of Iman. This is what the hadith is telling us. Then the second part of the hadith. Yumsi mu'minan. A man will be in the state of Iman at night. But by the morning he would have relinquished his Iman. Now, when you are sleeping, we do sometimes, people do many weird things in our sleep. We talk, we say certain things, but it holds no weight. Why? Because we did it while we were sleeping. A person in his sleep can say, give me a bottle of liquor, I want to drink it. You won't say that he is an alcoholic and you should lash him or you should punish him. No, because he was doing what he did in his sleep. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in order to indicate the severity of the signs of Qiyamah, says that when you sleep, you could also relinquish your Iman. Even in your sleep, you could relinquish your Iman. Allahu Akbar. May Allah protect us and save us. My time is up. So this is just one example that I've given you. My request and my appeal to you, and I hope these words hit my heart and directly into each one of your hearts. Please, my beloved brothers, look after this amana of your own Iman. And Allah has blessed you with the amana of your children. We are enrolling them in schools. We are enrolling them in madrasas. Please do your homework and research. Don't just look for a school that excels academically and they don't care about the iman of your children. Rather, look out for a school, even a madrasa, that will be there to preserve the iman of your children. And I always say, and I conclude with this, we always say, and we refer to our parents, sometimes the older people, we say they are old school of thought. We say they are old school of thought. And my advice to my younger generation, my brothers here is, please be old school of thought. to protect your iman in this day and age, wallahi, you will only protect it if you are old school of thought. Do not try to be progressive and smart. Do not. Yes, progressive in terms of dunya, we are not talking about that. But in terms of deen, and in terms of the culture that we were brought up with, and in terms of the adab and the mannerisms and the character with which our parents brought us up, and with the sternness and firmness, I am not talking about corporal punishment, I am not talking about physical abuse, but I am talking about, the old school of thought that we are talking about. Wallahi, our safety and the safety of the iman of our children is in that old school of thought. May Allah protect us and may Allah preserve our iman and that of our progenies to come. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad.